360. So it's the replica Spud Frawley woolen jumper, and it can be yours. You just need to place your bid and place the winning bid. So there's also a few nice touches tonight, gents. The Coventry end of the ground has been named the Frawley end tonight, so Spud is everywhere you look. And then also keep an eye out for tonight's Spud's Game Golden Fist Tally, where McDonald's will donate $200 for every spoil in the match.
How good is that? You know what would have been great as well, Geordie, and we're not going to see it, but if the Saints players, like Spud, had their jumper tucked in, socks up for warm-up.
Well, we're all busy people, and sometimes it's difficult to find the time to check in with your mates and truly listen to their answer. That being said, tonight's game has been delayed by 2 minutes to give you that opportunity. So while you're at home, send that text or make that call and ask how you're doing. The players, coaches and umpires are going to take 2 minutes now in the middle to hear from two of Spud's great mates, and Stuart Lowe and Gary Lyon, on what Spud meant to them, and while you'll never regret taking that extra moment to check in on your mate.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's game has been delayed by 2 minutes to give you the opportunity to speak to your mates. The players, coaches and umpires are going to take 2 minutes together in the middle of Marvel Stadium to hear from two of Spud's great mates, Stewie Lowe and Gary Lyon, on what Spud meant to them and why you'll never regret taking that extra moment to check in on your mate.
Thanks very much for being a part of this. On behalf of the Frawley family, everyone that's come here, and the players and the coaches for taking the time. The significance of this is that right now is the time that the ball should be bounced for this game, but we're going to take a couple of minutes to talk about what this is all about and to sell the message. Whether you're sitting here in the stand or you're at home watching on the television, it's a time to talk. If you've got an issue at home, if you've got a problem, if you think there's something that needs to be said, we are encouraging you tonight to talk. And that's what Spud would have wanted you to do. So we appreciate you taking the time. If you didn't know Danny Frawley like we did, he had three great loves. He loved his family most of all, then he loved his mates, and he loved to compete. And this time right here, just before the game was starting, was when he was at his best, because he was standing alongside his mates like these two, and he was eyeballing the bloke across the line, and that was what he was all about. And we want to thank you blokes. And I was thinking about it before. I thought, what would the message be to Jack Steele and the Saints boys? Don't you dare take a backward step tonight, boys. He'll be watching. And what would he say to you, Maxie, and the Melbourne boys? Make sure you're worthy of the honour of being involved in this game tonight. That's what it's all about. Look after your mates. Stewie Lowe.
Gary has put it absolutely perfectly. I'd like everyone to join arms and spend 10 seconds in reflection of the great man, my great mate, our great teammate, a bloke who loved this footy club, and just reflect on his legacy that he is going to begin to leave everyone that is here today. As Gary said, all he'd be wanting to do is for you to rip in and have 100% crack at it today. So let's have 10 seconds silence for our great mate, Danny. God bless, go Saints!
Start to a football match. Gary Lyon played 10 times against Spud, but were inseparable for decades. Stewie Lowe, 173 with Spud. Tony Lockett, 158. The message, if you're struggling, call for help. See a GP, call Lifeline, ring a mate, don't suffer in silence. It's not just okay to talk, it's imperative to.
Love the opportunity that our great game league provides, isn't it, to send a message to so many people in the honour of Danny Frawley. Spud's game tonight, and he would be loving every moment of this. He can feel this is a special Saturday night. Perfect bounce. Big Maxi Gawn reaches up and gets over the top. They crack in. And you're not surprised about that. Cozzy Pickett spears a little short ball. It was a brave kick in the end. And here's Clayton Oliver. Sweepy handle out wide. Jack Viney's back. Wouldn't he love to kick the first goal? Jack Viney, he's as brave and tough as they come. And that is fitting. Viney gets the first.
So they review every goal. So we haven't called a touch, but they review every goal. So set up for a goal. Set up for a goal.
I think pound for pound, that man is as tough as they come.
Set up for a goal. They'll let us know.
So we know they go through the automatic review, and some of the players suggesting there might have been a fingernail on it, but I look at that man Lingy and I just see a warrior.
Absolutely. What a start. If it does count as a goal, they will review it. I'm told to set up for the goal if it stands.
Set up for a goal, guys. Set up.
Great play, first of all, by Melbourne. Great hands by Oliver. Creativity. The Saints players appealing for the touch straight away off the boot. They will review that. We'll see if that goal stands. What a start it would be by the Demons.
It was instantaneous, the appeal, wasn't it? But seemingly...
all clear.
All clear. So Viney back in, his first kick for the Demons this season. A major. Gawn and Hunter again. Little give out in front of Gresham. Neal-Bullen did enough. Just stopped the ball momentarily. Viney again, as he always does, crashes in. Sinclair muscles his way up with the ball, gives it off to Ben Long, and then floats the ball to the wing. Little chance for Higgins, beaten to it by Brayshaw. Out in front of Pickett, who's got speed and wonderful vision on that occasion. Little give. Neal-Bullen, Jaden Hunt had to just go back and get the football again. Floats in front of Bailey Fritsch, and it's on his right side for a lefty.
Well, Melbourne straight away just hunting after the footy, but then playing with some speed and energy as well. Numbers everywhere. And again, this kick inside forward 50, Jack Viney almost ended up on the end of it. Fritsch jumped in and then took the mark, but that was Viney who was right next to him. So the midfielders for the Demons involved in the contest in the middle of the ground and then getting forward really hard.
2-1 last week for Bailey Fritsch. The Demons looking for a perfect start. Not quite. It is a little chink in his armour, that set shot for Bailey.
Little Howard punches short ball in, and Saints via Wilkie now to Billings, who was outstanding in round one in their fine win over GWS. Bradley Hill, they like to get it moving now. Seb Ross just presses pause for a moment. Max King back into the side. Look at that. How exciting is that? The young gun. He's got some short targets on. He instead just centres it. Membry's in good form, and he had his name written all over it, Tim Membry.
Perfect kick. That's something they've clearly trained. When King took that, gee, that's a good mark, because Lever had positioned himself beautifully to read everything. Probably could have been 50, the little tap out of the hands there, but doesn't matter. The kick to Membry was perfect to the open side of the ground, even before he'd led. Put it to his advantage. That's two forwards really starting to get to know each other and understand where they want the ball.
20 possession, 3-goal, round one game in very wet conditions. Tim Membry, he'd love to start with this one, and Membry kicks the Saints first.
Well, we see this quick play on from Max King, and this is what happens when you've got direct matchups, but you're still trying to play a team defence. Lever's actually got the Membry matchup, but he was forced to roll over and stand the mark on Max King, and everyone was just scrambling to find a man inside the back 50, and Membry just too smart with some forward craft, finding some space in the pocket.
Again, it's Paul Hunter. Max gone. A newbie to the game against one of the best in the game, Salem. He and Viney almost worked it out the first time, did the second, and then Viney just got himself into trouble, tried to burst past Gresham. Interesting reading Brett Ratton this morning. Max King, he's starting to realise how good he is. We've known for a long time. He's starting to find the belief. Big mark. Sets up the Saints' first goal as Oliver puts it onto the chest of McDonald, who gets into the right spot.
Time back on. Stand now, Sam. Time, that's your line. Play on your round. Play on. Play on.
He only stepped off slightly, but called to play on, and then towards Fritsch again. Almost a really clever mark.
I already had you. No, already had you on your arm, then you stepped.
Tom McDonald just having a little word with the umpire saying, I didn't go. They're going to be red hot on that, aren't they? To give the man on the mark some sort of chance to put pressure on. Call play on quickly.
Gone to a bit of space. Petrarca's going to get there first. Just went without it. Neal-Bullen. Petrarca still in the contest. Left boot, I think, pitches just on the line. Yeah. Well, he was outstanding at Michael Gudinski's memorial service on Wednesday night. He was given no choice by Michael other than to become a Saint, and now he loves watching him play. Ross, Sinclair, clean by Webster. It went low. Kick, though, not so good. Now a chance for Brayshaw.
Yeah, they had the perfect setup then, Melbourne. Brayshaw was there for a long time, even at the stoppage.
That's your line. Do you want it or not? You can't run up. Do you want the mark? Stay. Yeah. Come and take it now.
Oh, terrific communication that by the umpire.
15 gone.
Well, there's a little bit of confusion about where you can position yourself. Good umpiring.
Yeah, if you want the mark, come up and stand up. You can't run up to the mark. Kick just a little to left, falling short, gone. And Co see it over. So 3 scores early to the Dees. Straight kick from Membry. Demons by a couple early going in Spud's game. Time to talk.
No surprise where Dougal Howard's heading with this one. He had Membry in his sights. Oliver worked him under the footy, and a few Saints fans thought illegally. Zach Jones back into the side. Mention Membry, he was outstanding last week. Started with a lot of footy early. That kick's going to find Petrarca. Speaking of good form, he's becoming the player we hoped he was going to be, Lingy, isn't he? He's just box office.
Yeah, and Haim just mentioned about great spoil there, great defensive work, but Max King understanding how good a player he is. I reckon Petrarca last year just got it. He understood that he didn't have to worry as much about tacklers or the pressure. He knew he could stand up strong, he could be creative, he could burst away, and I think he now understands his game better than he ever has.
Tomlinson and May. You've got Nath Jones out on the medallion wing side of Marvel Stadium, desperate to try and change direction, and they've gone back down, and Tomlinson ran into a lot of trouble there. Ed Langdon now got to work his way through. Petrarca, it's just a powerhouse athlete. Sparrow with courage. McDonald nearly found a way. The second game, a Highmore in there on hands and knees. Webster, oh, they came crashing in hard over the top. Petrarca, and then Zach Jones going on with it behind the play. A hurried kick forward. Jack Billings found himself in a really good spot.
It's a pro Saints crowd, their home game. You sense they feel like they aren't getting the rub of the green early. Billings to battle. A beautiful kick of his, pinpoint. And now a chance. Gresham backs himself. Langdon's got real speed. Got the tackle in, but the kick headed in the King direction. Couldn't quite reel it in. Now a chance for the Demons. Little one clever enough. Sparrow finds Ross. A little shimmy backwards to Long. Tumbles the ball towards half forward. Membry's kicked the first, searching for another. Got Lever on his hammer. Little one back to Jones, and the veteran misses his mark. Well, Oliver was going to get there, then just lost his feet. Hunter keeps it in. Desperate stuff again from Sparrow. Spills out over the top. Rivers. Zach Jones, the younger brother. Salem has it come in his direction. Well weighted over the top. Jordan inside. Oliver pinged by Hill. Still it's desperate stuff. Ross. Salem's got him. Keen to get rid of it. I think the crowd pleading with the umpire to see it their way, because it's Saints right now that are feeling like they should have had a few free kicks go their way.
Just a little bit of magic there from the youngster Luke Jackson. Clean possession out of the ruck. Keep your eye on him tonight. He's stunning athlete. Turnover. Trent Rivers starting to find a happy home here in defence for the Demons. Nath Jones closing in on game 300. Just 4 weeks away to join the great David Neitz as the only 2 Melbourne players to get to the 300 mark. Tom McDonald, Jordan, second gamer. No prior opportunity there.
I thought it was a fair attempt to spoil.
Have to be a big career for Jordan to be the most famous Jordan to wear 23.
He's got a hard battle ahead of him, hasn't he, for that one?
Athletic Jackson over the top of Hunter Ross. Physical and good, and then Billings hooks it around the corner. Brave from Brayshaw. Quick by Jaden Hunt. Picked it up cleanly, then couldn't find his man. Does the second time. Rivers to Salem. Hill desperate, tried to smother. Touch ball, says the umpire. Neal-Bullen had it knocked away. Petrarca came rushing on through. Neal-Bullen again to McDonald. Chance, Butler, tackle, spilt the ball. Fritsch quickly. Petrarca fires at goal. Offline, misses all.
Hot footy early on. Intensity by both teams. Pressure by both teams. Excellent. A few players having trouble taking it really cleanly and getting an effective disposal. Melbourne at the moment only going 48% by foot. That's just the pressure.
Just keep your eye on Petrarca around this. He's such a powerful unit. Very hard to tackle. The Saints defence through Dougal Howard, though. The clearing kick out. McKernan worked underneath it by Max Gawn. He's got a little bit of Globetrotter style work there. Sean McKernan, the look-away handball, and it's worked okay. Membry again, he's finding a lot of the footy. Bradley Hill, the deepest forward at the moment. He's taken some time, Membry. That's allowed big Max Gawn to drop back into the hole, and guess who's got it?
Yeah, called it well, Das. And the reason why he couldn't go quickly first, Membry, was Stephen May was back there first of all. And then Max Gawn came back as well.
Neal-Bullen now towards half forward, leading Petrarca. Athletic and explosive, quickly moves the ball on. A chance for Jones. Does it sit? He's got to put it in the back of the net, and he does. Dees have got a couple. It's that anxious time. Is the ball going to sit for me, or is that oval ball going to make me look stupid in front of a lot of people? But he thought through it. He thought, OK, I'm unsure, but I reckon I can just do it simply. Sweep the ball from the ground and put it through.
I love this from Petrarca. The moment he took the mark, don't hesitate, just get it over the back. Nathan Jones, it nearly did make him look a little foolish for a moment, but he's smart enough. That's what 296 games does there. Composure, and just pop it through off the ground.
I think that was a higher degree of difficulty than he first imagined, Nathan Jones. He had to show some composure, which he did. Viney play on's the call. So the Demons get a chance inside 50. Wilkie saying, that's mine.
St Kilda have just had a bit of trouble finding a clean passage of play from their back 50. Melbourne are set up well, and then when they do eventually get a little break, May and Lever are just patrolling across back 50.
And Sparrow's giving them a bit of punch, isn't he?
Certainly is.
So Dan Butler has worked really high up the ground, as a lot of the Saints forwards are at the moment. Not really the structure behind the footy now. Salem. He's got a one-on-one with McDonald if he gets it moving quickly. Comes back in board. This is Neville Jetta. Back to Salem. Just thinking their way through this to Dees. Salem's been called to play on and happy to go in the McDonald direction. Some pretty good marking form. They go to work at ground level. Chance for Bailey Fritsch. Here's Spargo, Hayne mentioned earlier. Taken off it. Saints have got the numbers. And the skill and the poise of Bradley Hill's turned it over. Just about to say it's in the best possible hands. And that's something you don't see too often, Linger.
No, that's his one wood, isn't it? The skill and the kicking ability.
Play on, and chance for May, I think, who pushed up from back. I was not expecting that to happen, and Stephen May called for it.
Went on the outside, boundary side. Don't see that, but yeah, St Kilda are going to find it hard to get through. At the moment, they're just taking those shorter, safer options.
Dougal Howard in no rush. Nice delivery. So Long's going to back his speed. You want to be quick to outrun Pickett. Sails towards the wing. Battle knew what he wanted. He wanted to knock it to Higgins. He got it there. Came back inside. Battle now has got exactly that against Viney. Oliver. Rivers. Salem tried to go low. Oliver. Clever little give. Saints fan sink a throw. Langdon. Hurried ball to half forward. Dougal Howard, as he's done since arriving at the Saints. A lot in the right spot at the right time. They work it around. Now Wilkie. Wonderful ball over the top to McKernan, who's got some outside run. Didn't quite use Ross, but he's got inside run. Doesn't use Hill either. Now a long ball. Membry held. Saints fans desperate again. Jones, can he get there in time? Tomlinson happy to head over.
They've done well, St Kilda, to work it that far down the ground, because when McKernan played on, Gawn, Tomlinson, May, Lever just had it completely covered. So boundary throwing's a good result.
Max Gawn with the massive height, strength advantage there. Clayton Oliver, we know how good his hands are. Sparrow wrapped up by Zach Jones. Jack Steele got boot to ball and he kicked a miracle goal from nothing. So impressed Cameron Ling with the player that man on screen's become.
Yeah, just built his career, didn't he, with hard work, lots of tackling, played some run-with roles, and then just gained the confidence to know that he could go and hunt the footy and be the main man in the middle. His year last year was sensational.
Through the middle, the Dees go. Highmore got involved. McKernan couldn't quite. Clever from Long. Ross retreats. Now Wilkie on his preferred side, and then just eases the ball over the top to the man that you were talking about, the skipper. A couple of years at the Giants, fifth now as a Saint. Last year clearly his best, and all the peers happy to be led by him. Back to Ross, speaking of best and fairest, knows how to win one at the Saints, just carefully puts it inside 50, but Salem reads it best in the air, had it delivered in his direction.
It's such a defensive kick forward, but the reason they're doing it is Maxi Gawn is just positioning himself 30 or 40 out from goal in the corridor, and the Saints don't want to go there.
Tomlinson wanted Oliver, bobbles about the place from Gawn to Jones to Petrarca with some space. Still got a little. In the end, the tackle was good enough. He backed himself, but Highmore was up to the challenge. Second game has a big win.
50. And a 50 as well. Tommy Highmore.
Clear out, Christian. Clear out.
So Petrarca rolls off, and this brings a young man from South Adelaide. Originally grew up in Canberra, and he's honoured the lead of Jack Billings. And that is a big turnaround moment, isn't it? Petrarca looked like he was out, and all of a sudden, we've got Jack Billings having a shot at goal.
Yeah, huge moment for Highmore. Here's what some of the 50s for. Yeah, Petrarca moving on the mark.
15 gone.
It's pretty clear. And then a nice little hit up when, again, Melbourne had the talls back, positioned pretty well. Just took the short one, get the set shot.
Just missed the one game in the past 5 seasons. Jack Billings, who's part of the Saints leadership group. Fine young man. Beautiful looking kick, just faded through for a minor score.
Just looking at Tom Highmore and Paul Hunter, I mean, the odds of them playing together this year were pretty short, given they're both at South Adelaide, but not together at St Kilda. Again, just savvy recruiting from the Saints. Highmore looks terrific. Hunter filling a role while Ryder and Marshall are doing other things. Viney to Oliver. Now to Langdon, right on the outside. Big fly in the end over the top of McDonald. Ball spills over. Some big faces in. Eric Banner, Saints fan, Spud fan, football fan. Front row.
Another Saints fan.
Big Saints fan.
Play on.
CEO of the AFL. Petrarca did well, knew exactly where Langdon was, ripped the ball out of the hands of his opponent and then delivered. Oliver into the pocket. Well, slightly further now, and now a bit of a foot race. Highmore's got to beat Neal-Bullen, used his body well, just protected the ball. Wilkie runs into a bit of trouble. Pickett's a tackler.
Come on. Good tackle.
They look so much more dangerous going forward at the moment, Melbourne. And when the ball was going to sneak over the back there, players sprinting onto it.
Taken by Jimmy Webster. Just dumps it out of defence. Take lever. Gets better and better each week. Free kick going the way of the Dees.
Clayton Oliver.
Clayton Oliver. Ball-winning machine, isn't he, Lee?
Absolutely. So creative by hand. I love it when he's got the attitude to really impact with the footy.
Searching kick to the goal line. Neal-Bullen worked off it. Here's Cozzy Pickett. We know he's got some tricks. Brayshaw on the non-preferred. Caught the wrong part of the footy. And Jack Steele, umpire, he's having a look at the chalk there. Did the chalk come up? Didn't want to review it. Well done. Still want to be thrown in.
Jack Steele chose to let it go, thinking he was out on the full rather than marking it. He just caught the line.
It's like one of the players at Roland Garros showing the umpire. He's saying, that's where it landed. Umpires normally win. McDonald, little knockdown. Viney, Hunter Clark did well, then dropped the football. He tried to find his hands and just found it all a bit clumsy.
Come on. Straight to him. Jack Viney.
Let's clear the protect area.
Just a brilliant tackle. Yeah, just kept fighting to get that arm. Didn't make it a dangerous tackle, even though he knew he had the arm pinned. Brought him to the ground without risking injury.
That's it.
Gets himself a shot at goal.
He's right there.
It still amazes me how often the players actually do find their hand when so much is going on around them. So Viney looking for his second and the Demons' third. He delivers. Melbourne by 13. Speaking of players, that are emerging, Hunter Clark in the end got pinged then, but his year last year, outstanding. One of these young Saints that's sort of finding their way, finding their confidence and belief.
Just look at this free kick. Jack Viney started really well. Jimmy Bartell at ground level. The Dees just look to have their structure really well sorted in this first quarter. What are you seeing?
Yeah, you're right, Darso. The Saints, as you called earlier, they're just losing their forward structure. They're going really slow, which allows the Melbourne defence to set up and Max Gawn to sit behind the ball. Both sides are opting to keep their ruckman through the midfield and allow forwards to take the ruck work, but just having a better impact for Melbourne at the moment.
Thanks, Jimmy. By letting this go, Big Maxi, deft little touch in there. Enough to get it to Oliver. As Jimmy pointed out, they just seem to be in good shape at the moment, the Dees, as Langdon comes back to Oliver. It's disposal number 12 for Clayton Oliver already. May. Bailey Fritsch gave a good contest. Brayshaw worked hard, kept his feet. Eventually wrapped up.
Clayton Oliver, like so many young players over the last few years, at times has got in the habit of just finding the footy for the sake of finding the footy and getting a few possessions, but the way he's playing tonight, they're impactful possessions. He's had 12 of them, clearances, 6 contested, and really starting to create with it. That's when Clayton Oliver's at his best. Impactful possessions rather than just racking them up.
Knockdown, too hot for Gresham. Ross lost it momentarily. Jordan involved in that sequence. Gresham plucked it out of the air and then in the King direction. He gets dragged to the ground. Jumper was held. Umpire didn't see it.
Wait, holding St.Kilda. That's so then paid a hold from out of zone. Stand fully. Play on.
Well, some umpires saw it.
Hey.
Did he say from the outer zone?
Yep.
Beautiful kick forward again, and suddenly it's a chance for the Saints to get a little closer through their captain's steal.
Perfect, right on it there.
So that's 2 now from Max King. Obviously wonderful in the air and competing there to draw that free kick, but he's a superb kick of the footy.
15 gone.
Inside 50, that's a great kick. Didn't give the defender a chance at all.
That's what the Saints fans wanted. His first of the year. Saints second. Back to 7 points. Player that's had big impact at the club since arriving. Obviously, you don't end up as captain without impressing. Arrived after 2 years with the Giants and just playing 17 games, and then a runaway best and fairest winner last year after third in the best and fairest in 18 and 19. Only missed 5 as a Saint, so he's settled in well, now starting to really influence the club.
Just thought this was a great sign, Lingy, the strength that we saw Max King. Stephen May's been manhandling big key forwards, and look at Max's strength there to hold his ground. It's good, isn't it?
He forced the free kick by doing that. And yeah, you're right. You're talking about Stephen May, one of the strongest defenders in the competition. And in the end, just panicked, knew he'd been out muscled, gave away the free kick.
Hunter and Max Gawn. Maxie, no surprise with his experience and skill. Winning first possession, Neal-Bullen had it run down. Hunter Clark came up with a big play there. Zach Jones is tucked out underneath. He'd want to make a bit more of an effort than that. He's gone.
No genuine attempt. Clear out. Stand. Jack, stand. Clear.
Got a spare player out there, Ed Langdon. Who lines up the opportunity, and beautiful kick. Bailey Fritsch has moved well.
Jack. Mark's here.
And they can hit back with a quick reply here.
Yep. That's it.
Watch here. Langdon got free there just because too many Saints players, and Zach Jones included, just wanting to talk to the umpire about the decision. I know there'd be frustration, perhaps thinking it wasn't there, the free kick, but as soon as it's paid, you just have to get out of the area and make sure your opponents are covered. Langdon, far too much space from the free kick.
He's had a sider already, Bailey Fritsch, which he missed to the other side, and he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Pretty clear. Feet have got to stay behind the blue dot. If you do that, everything's okay. The umpire says to Cozzy Pickett. Howard lumbers about 15 metres and saws one through the middle. Lever, good hands. A couple of Demons players screaming for it at half forward, both ignored. Wide ball to Langdon. Back to where it started with Tomlinson. Petrarca again. Just starting to look
2 metres. 2 metres.
dangerous. And
Stand.
with his speed and strength, if his hands stick, he's a hard man to move. Into the pocket. Well, is it out on the full? Wilkie says he was pushed. Might get it out on the full either way.
Rewind back to the Jake Lever mark. When he took that mark, fantastic grab. That's when I'd love to see him just whack it inside 50. St Kilda defenders were caught out of position. Tom McDonald would work down. Instead, just wanting to go sideways and chip it around, the Saints were able to set up a really strong formation down back, and a bit of a nothing entry inside 50 in the end.
Well, a great point you make there, Lee. Dan Butler, leading goal kicker last year. Comes up now back with Zach Jones, back into the side tonight. Lever courageously went back, and another comment before, had the knee reconstruction. He's had a lot of footy that he's missed. Just feel like he's getting that confidence in his body every week now, Lee.
Absolutely agree, Darcy. The understanding between him and May, and then support from Tomlinson and Gawn. They know each other better now. They know where each other's going to move, and it's helping his game.
High ball out of the side, easy enough in the end for Gresham.
Clear out, Christian. Play on.
Thought about picking off Hunter Clark. He was ignored. Ross wants it. He's ignored too. So now it becomes an issue for Max King. Max Gawn. Is that for staging? What's this for?
A block against Stephen May.
He's run out of it. Max. Come round. Come back on.
I thought because he's taken a dive.
No, so he can't contest.
Stephen May just moving King out of the way to protect for Gawn.
It's in the stats feed, I'm told, is an illegal block. Max King. Bang, bang. Back to 2 points. Right on the siren. Margin is 2. The number Spud wore at quarter time. May argues
and you didn't
Dees lead.
Took his run.
Tough call, that one, home. Jeez.
Illegal block, 3-4-3-2. Quarter time, back to the other side. Let's see what we can do by full time.
Dees by a couple of points. Hunter, the second gamer, competed well then. That was a good effort too to hack it forward. All the numbers around that. Jack Billings, Zach Jones appealing for a holding the ball decision.
Brooks, Max Paul, both engaged, play on.
There's Viney. Jimmy just told us going head-to-head with Jack Steele. Petrarca committed his body and he's powerful in everything he does. Jaden Hunt maybe tackled without the footy. Salem got into the back of Loney.
Advantage, me.
And they've got it moving quickly.
Right out.
There's a good advantage. Allows Jack Billings.
Either stand on it or go 5 metres out. Here. Yep.
Pretty clear instruction there. Jack Billings within range.
Hold there.
Done the right thing here, Jack Billings. Got back quick, looked for a short option. As soon as he didn't see one, go back through your routine, get the set shot.
Me.
Saw a short target, which...
And then changed his mind.
He did. Didn't look on at all. Saints set up really well behind the ball. Dougal Howard's decided he's going to just drive this long. Big pack, Max Gawn, bounced off the head of May, picked up, bounced through, and the goal has been kicked. Max King's got another one. When you're 202 centimetre forward, moves like that, picks the ball up at ground level, you can see why we get excited. It's just raw athleticism at its absolute best.
Pretty special, isn't it?
Wow.
I referred to Max King last year to their footy manager and he said, "You mean Winks?" I said, "What do you mean Winks?" He goes, "He moves like Winks."
All the Melbourne talls here just flying together. And then the Saints talls, one in particular staying down, just clever. Darcy, you highlighted before how strong he was in the marking contest, but he's got that element too. Good on the ground, clever, the fall of the ball. He looks so special.
Saints in front for the first time. Oliver beaten to it by Hunter Clark. Little give to Jones, back to Steele. Ugly sort of a ball towards half forward. Amongst it all, Jaden Hunt now. Gawn's got a bit of a problem. Somehow got his left boot to it. Billings knocks it forward. Hunter Clark good. Jack Steele just weaves his way through traffic. Long, deep ball. Membry flies out the back. Who's going to get there first? Brayshaw. Keeps it in. Little ball okay. Tomlinson. Now Rivers. Neat kick. Sparrow. Where the arc meets the boundary.
Tom Sparrow drives a long ball down the wing. Jackson Howard, and the mark's going to be paid to the defender. Jackson just looking up by, maybe suggesting that he had a piece of the Sharon as well. Oh, that kick had a lot of Demons players in the vicinity, and Jack Steele knows more tackles than anyone in the history of the game to play 100 games. Lingy Jack Steele.
I think Brett Ratton just maybe questioning what Dougal Howard had seen there with that kick into the corridor, but Jack Steele cleaned it up for him and forced the stoppage.
Viney tried to work it towards Brayshaw. Battle terrific at ground level. Salem had it, tackled, dislodged it. Billings, quick, clever little kick. Loney, perfect. Membry's always getting to the right spot, isn't he? For those who've got the ball in the middle of the ground. He does so much work. Doubles back, double leads, clears space.
St Kilda just hunting around the footy better early on in this second quarter than they were in the first. Got touched up with the contested possessions in the first quarter. Melbourne beat them by 12. Better balance around the ball to start this second.
Always to the right.
May to Jaden Hunt.
Stand. Move it on.
Saints
Play
have really
on.
been able to arrest a bit of momentum in the second quarter, and they again through Caulfield now. And go back inside forward 50.
Play on. You, mate, you.
So then you can see Max Gawn getting back into the frame. Max King. Nice pick up and exit. From Hunt to Charlie Spargo.
Play on.
Fantastic family stories and 4 generations of VFL, AFL players. Charlie Spargo, the latest incarnation to Rivers. Had Viney short, decided to go to Tom McDonald, trying to get access to the ball. Bailey Fritsch, well, he's done this part of the game really well so far. Just hasn't been able to finish off. Beautiful diagonal lead, that one, Lingy.
Yeah, he's really clever. He's got a true forwards mindset. Finds those little pockets of space. Kicks it off.
Yeah, he's given up on the goal kick and gave it to Rivers and launches a big, long, towering kick. Couldn't quite get it over the line.
Yeah, some players just understand those little angle leads, the little back leads, finding those tiny bits of space. Bailey Fritsch does that really well. Hasn't quite been able to finish his work tonight, but does understand the forward craft well.
Highmore to Hill. He's off to the races. A bounce, then signals with his hand, brings McKernan towards him, gets a free kick, chopping of the arms.
Play on.
Well, little kick. He wanted Steele. Found Sparrow. The Demons can have another crack after falling short of the last foray. Jackson, Petrarca. Somehow Petrarca went up unattended in the end, and then this will amount to not much. 3 Saints at the fall of the ball, never online.
Saints putting a lot of pressure on this quarter. 7-1 tackles, contested possessions, they're winning, but just making it a little bit hard with them for themselves. A couple of dangerous kicks that have turned over.
Tom McDonald, clean possession. Umpire gave him the benefit of the doubt, and they won't mind this Melbourne, just an opportunity to
He's knocked out in the tackle.
try and pile on some pressure inside forward 50.
Paul. Here we go.
Hunter and McDonald again do battle. The strength of Petrarca. Wilkie went on with the tackle a little bit. Not surprised that they're not happy about it.
Let's go. Throw it in, Danny. Clear out. That's all right.
Players sort themselves out. Jackson, Hunter, 2 relative newbies to the game. Neal-Bullen missed his foot initially. Help arrives. Little one from Jackson went down, gave it to Petrarca, who runs himself into trouble.
1 metre. 1 metre. Thank you. Stand. Move it on. Plow. Plow.
Howard with a little agility. And then to the wing proper at full stretch. Rivers falls into the hands of Hunter, and then stolen in the end. Rivers gave it back to the Saints to battle to Higgins. Now to Sinclair. Knew he had Steele in the middle. Coming was Fritsch. Got out of the tackle just over the shoulder. Now a chance for McKernan. Got Gawn to beat. Ball spills. May. Jones goes low. Goes brilliantly. Goes to Billings, who goes to goal. Suddenly out to a 10-point lead, the Saints putting heat on all around the ground. Petrarca at the other end, you thought was about to mount something. Fired at goal, bounced out. Dougal Howard gets it rolling from the reset.
Great contest, first of all, by McKernan, and then how hard was that from Jones? Just body-lined the ball, and then under extreme pressure had the composure just to pop it over to Billings, who'd snuck forward. Nice finish by Jack Billings. This quarter, 12 tackles to 2. Contested possessions up. Getting some reward for hard work, the Saints in this quarter.
The last 4 goals of the game. Now the Saints. Seb Ross squirted out sideways. Langdon and Bradley Hill. Here comes Salem. Worked a little 1-2 with Maxi Gawn. In front of Luke Jackson. And a good player, Dougal Howard. He's really been an inspired recruit, Dougal Howard. He was actually captain for a game at Port Adelaide. Very unhappy to lose him. He signed a 3-year extension, and at the start of that decided that he thought his future was at St.Kilda. Maxi Gawn. Gresham. Butler. Just seem to be winning the little one-on-ones at the moment. Here's Jack Steele. Taking his game to a whole new level, Jack Steele. Super consistent, super tough. Max King. Rivers wants the boundary line, and he got it.
And this has been the big change for the Saints for this second quarter. They got beaten in the clearances in the first quarter by 3. They're 7-0 in this second term. The Saints' way. A really good balance around these stoppages.
Gresham to the hot spot. Going back, Tomlinson, he in battle, Lever, desperate to go and give a little bit of a hand and lend some support. I don't understand how that was any more deliberate than what Rivers did when he stepped over. Battle, meanwhile, doesn't care. Goes and kicks a goal. Saints on a tear, 5 on the bounce, all 4 this term. Isaac Smith last night under unbelievable pressure, got boot to ball, bounced 3 or 4 times, went over, deliberate. Rivers then just stepped over with no intention to keep it in at all. No problem, throw it in, and then it's a tricky one.
Yeah, we'll have a look at the replay in just a second. So I thought he was trying to tap it to a teammate, but let's have a look at this. It's a finger on it, probably wanted the boundary line. And a nice easy one, had plenty of room to run around then, Josh Battle. A bit slow to get set up, the Demons. It's probably just the consistency of that rule that has me scratching my head. Haim, not saying that one wasn't.
Yep.
Saints have got 5 goals from their last 45 disposals. And my maths, when you tell me that's 9 disposals per goal. They keep going at that rate. They'll kick 400 points. They are right on top, and all of a sudden, it's only 16 points, but you feel like this next goal of the game is huge. Good mark, Gresham. They're efficient. It was a clever play, Gresham. You can just see he was thinking about taking the man on the mark.
I love that. Even as soon as he marked it, he was thinking, where's this going to? Where can we have the biggest impact? As soon as something wasn't there, then he settled down and went the shorter option, but he was thinking straight away, how can I get it going?
Here he goes now, gets it moving to Howard. Controlling the ball, the Saints, and the scoring. Nate Jones back with a flight. Jack Billings, good moment for him. Kept his eye on the ball. He knew the pressure was coming. You can see he's getting the applause from the Saints fans, as he should. Battle. Got it from Sinclair. Caulfield wrapped up by Nate Jones.
Thanks, guys.
So 3 goals have come from King, Billings and Battle. In this term, the Saints enjoy a 16-point lead. Look hungry. Loney tried to put the tackle on, just got blocked. Now Rivers has got to be quick. Boot to ball to Langdon.
Play on!
I thought he was thinking about taking on Hill, and then he realised I'm quick, but not that quick.
Play on!
2 pretty fair runners between Hill and Langdon. A good battle.
James Jordan goes looking for McDonald. Here's Hill. Little ball. Well, he just pulled the kick. Neal-Bullen got a left hand to it. Hill off the ground, picked off. Ends up with Jordan. Jetta got it to him by hand, and now McDonald.
You're free to move.
Needs to create. Gone. Fish from McKernan did enough. Dangerous spot though for the Saints. Sinclair got there first. Ross. Well, he might be in a bit of trouble. He just went to ground. He gets up. I thought he might have injured himself. He went down awkwardly. He might have just found a bit of loose turf and lost his feet. Caulfield. Inside with the kick. Perfect.
Yeah, beautiful ball. Look at it open up now. Zach Jones sold a nice little bit. Cosy Pickett's chase was good. Couple of players fall over. Which way does the umpire see it?
Advantage.
Oh, advantage has been paid from the boundary line. Centering kick. Maxi King. McKernan almost threw it out to Butler. Flicked it back. Bradley Hill. A little fumble from Dan Butler. Strange little chip kicks okay to Jimmy Webster.
Play on.
Just dominance at the moment from the Saints. Hunter Clark's got it. He's prepared to take it on. Battle. Was Loney taken high. Umpire called play on. Nath Jones. Tomlinson. Oh, nervous moment initially. But eventually Jake Lever had some composure, but just dumps it out of there. And the Saints almost feels like they've got 2 extra players on the field at the moment.
Saints everywhere through the middle at the moment. Webster has Sinclair all on his lonesome. So too Bradley Hill. Wilkie chooses Hill now. Every demon forward of Brad Hill leaves one behind him. McDonald does the chasing. Hill's kick. Not as he would have liked. Shakes his head.
You're going to stay outside.
Brett Ratton keeps hydrated. Play rolls on.
Not the forward 50 entry you want there then, but that's 13 of the last 16 inside 50s to the Saints.
13 of the last 16, is it?
Yes.
Wow. McDonald brought it to ground. Langdon. They need one the Dees here. Fritsch on that left boot of his. Towards half forward. Tumbling. Bounce. Okay for Caulfield, and he's got support.
High. High tackle. Big Caulfield. Thank you. That's it.
Saints probably would have preferred to keep rolling, given they've now given the Dees a chance to set up.
Almost a professional free kick, that one from Nath Jones. Jimmy, this is a big turnaround, isn't it? Quarter time where we're singing the praises of the D structure. Complete reversal this quarter.
Yeah, they made the adjustment, Saints. Now Hunter, and it was McKernan just before. They're going to man Max Gawn up when he sits behind the ball, but Melbourne are getting too many numbers sagging back. So we're seeing Langdon and the wings getting really deep in defence. So they've got no structure to come out with.
Really full of confidence at the moment. You can see there. The kick found May. Can they get some ball movement? That's a good kick. That's the one they want. Opens up. Viney. Finally, there's a little bit of space. Great chase. Sam Ross. Brilliant effort. Huge individual effort. Spud's game. He would have loved that. Superb defensive tackle.
He was committed, wasn't he? Never gave up. Gresham thought about a couple of things, and I'm still not quite sure he knows what he wants to do. Well, it's worked out. Okay, couple of Saints at the fall of the ball, just max. They should be able to think through this. Steele off to Membry, through the middle, wanted Hunter. Now 2 demons can think things through. McDonald to May, to a speedster in Pickett. He can run all the way, takes a bounce. Little one over the top, kick's got to be good. In the end, wasn't too hard to kill for Webster.
And Jimmy just spoke about, unfortunately for St Kilda there, they look at that tackle again. That is a brilliant effort by Seb Ross. Jack Viney out, great tackle. Brett Ratton loves it, absolutely. But St Kilda had no one to go to once they got the turnover. Melbourne was set up behind the footy, so both teams at the moment just completely losing their forward structure for a little bit.
Spargo worked hard to find the footy. McDonald boot to ball, not a bad effort.
All clear.
Would have been right against the flow of play. And they need a spark here, Melbourne, big time.
23-year-old Tom Highmore from South Adelaide. Picks off Gresham.
Stand.
Play on.
Gives the ball a good roost. May got up, then just timed it poorly. Chance for Billings. Taken cleanly by Oliver. The tackle was good. Spilled the ball. Hunter was hoping for a Saint to be in front. It wasn't the case. And now through Salem, the Demons can work through the middle.
Hunter, stand.
Oliver had support. Lever. Long ball, one-on-one. McDonald, Dougal, Howard. They're a runner out the back. Looks to be Pickett, Neal-Bullen. They almost couldn't work it out. Neal-Bullen said, I'll take it from here. The one the Dees needed.
Don't give away a free kick. Jade, release. Dougal, release. Don't give away a free kick. Just release. Thank you, guys. Don't give away a free. Ben, be very careful running in after goal, okay?
Look, running after goal, he come at me when the ball's already been kicked. So watch him.
I am too.
Watch him.
Yeah, I am too. Watch them both ways. Just be careful. You don't want to give. We don't want to give away a free in dead time. Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
Just got over the back, nice and simple for Alex Neal-Bullen. A little bit of push and shove after it. And a fair bit of passion in this game. It's not surprising. One certainly against the run of play. The Saints had it. So that last time they went forward, they didn't have Josh Battle on the ground or Max King, and they had no one to go to a couple of times as they gone forward. Lost all their structure. Melbourne capitalised.
Luke Jackson taking a turn in the ruck now. He'll pick 3 in the 2019 draft. Can do it in the air and at ground level. They fought hard to get that out. Well played, Petrarca. Set up this opportunity. Neal-Bullen kicked the last goal. Can they get it moving again? Finds the short target.
Stand.
This is Jordan. James Jordan. Debuted last week for the Dees. Sends it to the big pack. Paul Hunter. Another debutant last week. Keziah Pickett. Look at the moves. Look at the twist. Look at the turn. Cozzy.
Footing.
I hope there's a dozen years of that sort of skill in front of that man. Keziah Pickett, nephew of the great Byron Pickett. And that was something to behold, that. He's got a beautiful look of confidence about him, hasn't he?
He's got dancing feet. He's just electric.
Look where he comes from. Just out the back and then traffic everywhere. That is outstanding.
Got no right to do that.
That is awesome. So the Dees, the Neal-Bullen goal is their first in 28 minutes. It was a long time between drinks and then 2 inside a minute. Suddenly we're back to 3 points. Jackson, V. Hunter. Now Gresham. Battle, King, now Butler and Salem. Salem did well with the body, just moved him off the ball, round the corner, chance for James Jordan, flicks it back, almost a throw, over the top, Loney. Oh, he thought about advantage, but there was nothing doing.
Pushing the back.
About to be mopped up by Adam Tomlinson.
It's an interesting one. If that had hit Max King on the chest, then advantage gets paid. That's what the free kick's for. Instead, you call it back.
Play on.
Well, that's not as Loney wanted it to play out. Hoping there was going to be someone leading to the pocket, and he was hoping his kick was going to be at a height where they could mark it. But even if they were, they wouldn't have been able to.
A nice response from the Dees. They were being outplayed in every area. McKernan occasionally can do something special. Maybe the handball was on there. Jack Steele will back himself to find a way through. A little toe poke on it. Salem's had some good minutes now and sliced his way through. Gawn and Wilkie over both their heads. Max gives chase. Good effort. Well played, Maxie. Put his hand up.
Paul, Luke.
Almost a standing 8 count the Melbourne Footy Club had taken, Lingy, and themselves up. Look at this. Just pinballed his way through. Back to Jordan. And that kick always was going to land with Jimmy Webster.
Kick through the middle had to be good. Was. Now Battle. Well-weighted ball to Sinclair. Didn't have to break stride. Slowed a little. His kick, well, Jetta had to stand and be brave and was. Now to Jordan. Has support through Rivers. Over the top. Handball to Oliver. Saw Lever. Pulls the trigger towards half forward. Now a chance for Spargo. Over the top. Well, Sparrow. Chance still for the Demons. Stop. Prop. Fired. Can you believe it? Melbourne are in front. Second lead change of the night, and the last 4 minutes have been completely against the flow. St Kilda had been dominating the term. They'd kicked 5 on the bounce. Suddenly Demons 3 from nowhere.
When St Kilda were dominating this quarter, they were bringing the ball to the ground in their forward 50. Now Melbourne defenders are marking, and then the counter-attacking outstanding. That's just a brilliant finish. Great awareness by Tom Sparrow. Someone can tell him you're not supposed to have that much time when you're only in your 9th game.
Classy
Make it
effort.
look easy.
Broke his collarbone in round 13 last year against the Bulldogs. Finished his season prematurely, but that was an impressive move from Tom Sparrow. What a turnaround in this game. Now Ross wants to arrest it the other way, but it's coming back to Petrarca. Free kick Melbourne.
So I think he kicked it as the second whistle went.
That's the free kick. Jack Steele not happy, as you heard. Here they come again. Bailey Fritz has got another mark inside forward 50. He's trying to square himself up.
Time back on.
4th mark inside 50.
Stand. He does lead well, gets in good positions. St Kilda slow to transition. Then once that free kick was paid, they did not work themselves out defensively at all well.
1-3 from set shots this year. What a stunning turnaround this is. Bailey Fritz almost stuck it home.
How quickly this game has swung. Wilkie finds Hill.
Stay with him. Play on. You.
Half back to the wing, and suddenly the Saints might have to start thinking about defending again, because here come the Demons. Jackson wanted Spargo. Petrarca gets busy. Jones went to ground. Ricocheted back to Jackson. Now a chance. Highmore. Make it Ross. Just backs himself. Runs away from Sparrow on the ball now. A chance to be cut off by the big defender in Maine. He's happy. Lever desperate to head towards the sideline. Gets it over. Melbourne by 4, trailed by 16.
And Melbourne have lifted big time, no question about that, but gee, St Kilda's making it hard for themselves with some of their disposal. Their kicking just dropped off the last 7 or 8 minutes, and some of their better kicks, like Bradley Hill, in particular, a couple of crucial turnovers. And now the Saints players just becoming a little bit more reactive, whereas the start of this quarter, they were just going, trusting each other that the targets were going to get hit and creating.
Going to have to do a power of work. Paul Hunter, number 41 here. Second game. No Rowan Marshall. Paddy Ryder's having a break away from the game at the moment. Umpire's going to throw it up again, but he's one out. There's a St Kilda champion. Rewalt. Shane Warne, I saw bottom right of screen down there.
Talking with the president, Andrew Bassett. Another chance here. Big collision. Gawn involved in it all. Spargo over the top to Pickett. Hill. Speedy. Pickett too agile. Now Spargo bouncing ugly sort of a ball. Wilkie stopped him in his tracks. Caulfield. Webster. Watch the fight go on at ground level.
Holding the ball. St Kilda. Yep. Charlie, straight up, please. Dived on it. Stand. Move it on. Play on.
Wilkie Hasn't missed a beat as a Saint. Jackson starting to find his way as a Demon.
Stand! Jay!
It's just another nothing kick, and it's heaping so much pressure on their defenders.
May. Gawn amongst a couple of Saints. Dougal Howard knocked it forward. Gawn got the third bite at it. Knew that he wouldn't be paid. Tried to muscle it on. Underneath all of that, Tom Sparrow.
Rucks, Max, Paul.
Dees by 4. Been a good patch for a side that looked like they're in a bit of trouble. Ross. Pickett closes quickly. Oliver held his man under the ball. Salem happy to mop up. Quick kick inside 50 again. Dougal Howard, off hands it comes. Caulfield for the Saints. Where to next?
Glanced in the corridor and then thought we'd go a little bit more conservatively out wide. Good effort from Jake Lever.
Better off getting this over the line or holding it in. It's going to be holding the ball probably against him, Loney, but
Holding the ball.
That's probably not the worst thing. When if that had got swept away by Melbourne easily, then they would have counter-attacked in a hurry.
Jack, stand.
Through the Saints interchange there, just letting them know that there's only a handful of seconds left in the first half. It's 2 points Melbourne's way at quarter time. The Saints got it out to a 16-point lead halfway mark of that second quarter. But
Half-time of the first ever Spuds game. Time to talk at Marvel Stadium. It is Melbourne leading by just 4 points. Tonight, of course, though, is all...
In the second half, use the other side of the ground and get the ball going. Make St Kilda defend the whole ground instead of just going long down the line.
Second half action here. We'll see you post-game for Saturday Stretch.
Second half underway. Demons by 4 points. Steele, Oliver, now Pickett at full stretch. Gave it off Petrarca. Long driving ball towards full forward. Howard couldn't quite. Jackson go off the ground. Well, just spun away from him. Highmore crashed hard into the... Looks to be okay. Luke Jackson was looking for the ball to come back to him. Just ran away.
I like that move to start the quarter from Simon Goodwin. Petrarca and Pickett in the middle of the ground. Well, they've just got a bit of momentum coming off the back of the end of the second quarter. Go for some speed and dynamic players straight out of the middle.
Petrarca tried to tomahawk it forward of the ball, and Sinclair ran into some real trouble. Clayton Oliver stood in the way. It's in good hands now. Petrarca, not his best kick, although through the hands of Dougal Howard. Rare mistake from that man. McDonald looking for some support. Wasn't coming initially. Webster's clearing kick to Billings, and that was clever. Heard the voice of Ross and then found him. Max King presented beautifully. The Saints out everywhere. King, who's kicked it really well tonight on that occasion. Slightly offline, and so was the Salem handball. Opened the door for Membry. Still a live ball. He comes in over the top, Membry. And eventually, after a few skill errors, the umpire is going to toss this one up.
Gone terrific to Tomlinson. Ends up with Tomlinson after he left it behind. Oliver. Lightning by hand. Petrarca kept it in and then spirals the ball 50 metres down the line. Bouncing ball for Jackson. Into the hands of Highmore. Hunter. Well weighted over the top. Dougal Howard moonwalked himself out of trouble. Back to Hunter. Hunter has Membry. Membry's got his left, and his left's let him down. Petrarca. Awkward sort of a ball. Dougal Howard turned his back on the play. Still a chance. The Demons through Pickett. He's missed with a poor handball. Billings tackles Pickett. Pickett rides it out. Gave it off to McDonald. Now it's up to Long to save the day after a comedy of errors.
Let him up now. Play on. Play on, not 15.
It's been all errors so far.
Yours.
In this third quarter, lots of turnovers, and again the doors opened up here. Look at Oliver came in, and that was a bit overzealous.
Stand.
Always wary, aren't you? Good to see Dan Butler fine, but you just understand now, Lingy, that one is the one that the umpires are very nervous about.
Yeah, that's right, Daz. See Oliver here go past the foot in, turn his hip, and just probably luck more than anything. Didn't get Butler flush on the head. Clear free kick, but that's the one that maybe 6 inches to the other side and could be missing a week or two.
Nice pick up from Hunter Clark. the aggression in the tackle was strong. 3 Demons involved in that tackle.
Stand up, please. Up you hop. Thank you. Max. Paul.
5 kicks for the Demons in this term. 0 have hit the target. Oliver. Well, Battle just wanted it more. Ripped it away from Oliver. Kick. Intercepted by Salem. There's a kick that's hit the target. Now Neal-Bullen starts to run and not quite sure whether he wanted to dash with speed. Kick turned over. Saints again. Well, handball turned over. McDonald now has Pickett, who's got Hunt. Decides to back himself. Webster's chasing. Pickett runs to 50. Low ball offline. 1 minor score. In 4 minutes of football, amazing amount of errors from both sides.
It's just a little thing for me here. So Pickett, okay, probably did the wrong thing then because he had a couple of options on, but I don't know why senior players, when a young player needs to make a mistake, needs to have a crack at him.
Maxi Gorham's taking a good mark.
Great mark by Max Gorham, but
so go back to that.
A number of senior players all just arms in the air having a crack at Cozzy Pickett, making it really obvious that they were angry at him. Okay, he did the wrong thing, but just get across to him and have a little word to him.
Maxi's got Ed Langdon, and there's a bit of a breakdown here in the Saints defence. Langdon just cruises in, kicks the easiest goal of his life. That is a bit of a head scratcher for Brett Ratton. In fact, the start of this third quarter has been a bit of a head scratcher. We've seen clanger handballs, turnovers, skill errors, and a breakdown in defence. I'm sure Ed Langdon just coming up for a bit of air there, Ed. That's a face wipe.
Well, that is just a mess by St Kilda. 0 communication, 0 concentration. And Ed Langdon, we're just thinking, what on earth just happened? That was nice.
He marked the ball, looked around and thought, I can't believe there's no one near me. And then he said, there's no one coming at me either.
Coaches don't take too kindly to that.
Yeah,
that'll be in the review.
Last 4 of the match to the Demons. Trailed by 16, lead by 12. Viney, the Demons want more. McDonald, Highmore, good battle. Pickett, as always, electric. Got it, lost it in the tackle. Caulfield, Hunter Clark. Hunter. Now to Spargo. 40 metres out. Deadly accurate. Demons 5 in a row. The Saints look completely in control. Still King Billings battle. 16 points, and you thought Demons need to find a way to get the next. They did get the next, and the next, and the next, and the next, and now the next. It's been a 34-point swing.
Great pressure. Hunting around the footy. That's what Spargo's got to bring to his game every single week. Just being in and around the ball, part of the pressure in the forward line, and then when there's a loose ball, just pounce on it and finish. Really nice work.
Melbourne right on top all of a sudden. 5 goals, 3 from their last 13 entries inside the forward 50. Petrarca starting to put his stamp on this one. There's gaps appearing. Look at Max Gawn streaming further afield. Get it my way, says well played Caulfield. Good effort. Nice tackle on him from Jordan, the second gamer.
And tackled immediately. Tackled straight away.
Just expect the Saints to respond here, Lee. Don't you? It's a big occasion. The great Tony Lockett in their rooms pre-game are going to dress, and such an important occasion for the Frawley family, and they would have come here with a huge expectation. They now need to find something. Who can do it for the Saints? Caulfield buries himself underneath the pack.
Yeah, danger signs just from that last little scrimmage of play. The ball up results from it. But Christian Petrarca got forward side, 5 metres in the clear. That spilled out. It was a certain Petrarca goal. Saints aren't sorting themselves out.
Pickett at full speed, fires at goal. He's incredibly exciting to watch. He was exciting in the warm-up. Full speed would have been a gem. Game high lead, 19.
So he was a millimetre off one of the great marks of all time last week. He might have the goal of the round sewn up already, Cozzy. And he's just warming up. This is Josh Battle. Looking forward to seeing these young Saints leaders respond. Pickett in the vicinity. He wanted Zach Jones and found him. Got to get this one moving, Zach, and he did to Hunter Clark. Lead provided by Max King, and his cruising speed is just about quicker than any defender can keep up with.
Yeah, that was impressive. Great play through the middle of the ground, and you're right. Just watch King here.
2 metres.
He just looks like he's jogging, but that is travelling quick.
One more. 15 gone.
Just a nice lead, nice ball use. Well worked.
I was on the ground when I saw his twin brother win the grand final sprint. It was one of the most impressive things I've seen for an athlete that size, and apparently Max thinks he's quicker. Good-looking kick. Slightly across the face. In fact, he's missed a lot in the end, so goal the Saints need desperately. Max, a little shrug of the shoulders.
Now a chance for the Demons. This time Rivers received it from Max, gone by hand. Jackson sets himself, did well. Saints desperately needing to break this run that Melbourne is on right now. Brayshaw had it sent in his direction, but sailed over his head. 18 scores to 9. Gone again. Winning the battle against Hunter in just his second game. Oliver swings it over the shoulder, long. But half-back wants to move it on quickly. Well, it's too much, too hot. I thought Pickett was just about to put the Jets on. Decided to stop, go back, settle things down, and have a look at the Demons' 9th.
There, Christian. 15 gone.
Got the instruction from Christian Petrarca just to stop.
Stand. Don't move. Clear out, Clayton. It's on, back on. Yeah, you can jump straight up. Play on!
Always to the left, falling short. Dougal Howard at full stretch couldn't quite kill the football. Little one inside. Now Neal-Bullen over the top. He goes, just waiting his Pickett again. Sinclair, Pickett, through traffic, into traffic. Handball over the top. Loose ball for Howard to mop up, and still Pickett charges and gets involved.
Demons fans are going to love him for a long time. The skill and ability, but also the desperation and hunger and willingness to get to each contest and put pressure on. Going to become a fan favourite in a hurry.
I think he already is, Ling. He's already had 7 touches this quarter. Oliver came flying through, boot to ball, travelled about 30 centimetres, and the flying kick round the corner was just across the face of goal. Demons enjoy a 20-point lead.
And then you're free to move.
It's just all Demons at the moment in this quarter. It's where St Kilda need a couple of their experienced players. And I look to players played the most games for the Saints playing in this game. Bradley Hill hasn't touched the footy in this quarter. Had some bad mistakes in the second quarter. That's what they brought him to the club for. To really show that experience, that run, that elite ball use. Those types of players have got to stand up now for the Saints.
Chance for Gawn just to knock it down. Did it well enough. Jaden Hunt. Oliver had support after not taking it cleanly. Gawn, low ball, misses his man. You speak about Bradley Hill not having a touch. Pickett had 7 touches in the first 10.5 minutes of the turn.
Clear out. Clear right out.
So the Saints desperate to build something here. There's Hill. Hands on it now. Low ball in pretty good hands. Tim Membry needs to go back and kick the goal they crave. Well, not called to play on. Hacks it to the left.
Even that, Haim, if Bradley Hill wants the ball there and he can back himself and kick it from 45 on the run, demand it. Off Membry, get it and nail it. If you don't, just let your teammate go back and kick the goal and steady himself.
Stand. Play on.
Nice ball use.
Play on.
Out of defence here from the Dees. Succession of possessions. Tom Sparrow's got it.
Play on.
Now Ed Langdon. Well, they're out here again, the Dees. Just breaking down this zone of the Saints. Viney to McDonald. That's all a bit too easy. From one end to the other without a lot of pressure.
No, Melbourne are sharp, but the Saints are a mess. Defensively getting themselves organised, but even in attack and the way they're moving the footy, they're not sure what they're doing. Such a different team to what we saw to start this second quarter. The first 10 or 15 minutes of the second, the Saints look magnificent. Poles apart right now from that.
Sure, Tom McDonald kicked more than 50 goals in 2018. He's a capable goal kicker. It's a tough angle. Never really looked online, that one.
Double the scoring shots now, at least double the scores. 20-10, margins 20. Lever running a long way, making the contest.
At a time like this, when things are spiralling out of control for the Saints, I think you've got to strip it back to the most basic aspects of the game. Fix up around the contest, put pressure on, just slowly but surely create a bit of an arm wrestle and get the game back on your terms. You don't have to do the $1 million play straight away to get the game back your way. Jimmy, I just want your thoughts from down there on the boundary and your feel of the team.
Sean and Max.
How would you get yourself out of this sort of situation if you were the St Kilda players?
I think the natural reaction is to keep folding back and sagging back, but that's allowing Melbourne to pick their way through the midfield. You've got to keep coming forward with your pressure, force Melbourne a quick kick and give your backs a chance.
Oliver now high ball. 3 players meet. Fist just knocks it 10 metres away from the Melbourne goal. Dougal Howard got Caulfield. Caulfield hopes someone's behind. That comes that help in the form of Callum Wilkie. Now Langdon again has it kicked in his direction to Salem. Battles out of gas. Salem, long ball. Looks okay. No.
You look there, Lingy, when that ball was going through, there was half a dozen Saints pretty much 10 metres out defending their goal, just watching it go over their head. You get caught in the trap of almost goalkeeping too much. You do win it back, but you look up and you're just facing a wall of Melbourne players.
Brownlow medal, Norm Smith medal, every award in the game. Jimmy Bartell, and he analyses the game as well as anyone. At the moment, they're just hanging in there. The Saints, as Jimmy said, they've really got to apply some pressure here. Josh Battle. Oh, Membry stood up there and took a good contested mark. Can they build something on the back of this? A lot of movement around.
No, they've got 4 or 5 players just queued up behind the ball. Now, they're going to use those. They might get a bit of a breakout this side, and Webster's just come off the bench to be used as well.
So this is a bit more promising. As Lee said, they could use Webster if they wanted with Billings. Decides he's going to go to McKernan. Cleared a bit of space. Webster got taken high. No free kick. Brayshaw has turned it over to Long.
Now a chance for Caulfield. Saints desperate somehow to manufacture a goal. It might just come with a bit of loose hands. Out the back, captain gets the captain's goal. Back to just 15 points, one against the flow. That came from a bit of misfortune and luck. Lever left the ball behind. He'll be disappointed. Jack Steele scampered, got there first, but nothing structurally to love about it all. Somehow the Saints find their 7th within reach. 15 points.
You called this one. That's definitely too high. The free kick wasn't paid. And unfortunately, Jimmy Webster's come to the bench too to just be checked out by the doctors after that knock to the head. And a bit of luck. Maybe that's what the Saints need. Got to clean it up. Around the footy, clearance is 9-1, Melbourne's way. Got to get the job done in the middle. The contest, that's Jimmy Webster. His jaw checked out. I'm sure Jimmy will have an update for us soon.
It's a warning against Melbourne. Yep. Christian was just late. That's your one warning. Yep. Throwing it up here, guys. Here we go.
I heard that. Official warning for not having the 6 players set in the zone. You mentioned the clearances. They've got to get back on even terms here, and it was Steele, the skipper, to Zach Jones, and that is the response from Jake Lever, who would have been really disappointed with the drop mark and went back and found one. Get a chance again. Can Gresham work a bit of magic here at Butler short, cut back inboard, the kick across the body. Maybe just overthought it a little bit. Tomlinson with an easy defensive mark.
Stay out.
Saints suddenly got a little bit of a pep in the step.
Move it on. Play on.
Tomlinson, low ball, Jackson.
Chop of the arms, Melbourne. Just let him up, straight up, Dougal. Time back on, stand.
It's going to be a mark.
They're great signs, Hammer.
Yeah.
When you see a young man like that, he's just finding his way. Took a beautiful contested mark last week for a young big man.
Beautiful athlete, starting to put it all together. Steele. Happy to just go backwards to a man who's happy to run. Brad Hill. Well, just in the end, Tim Membry wanted it elsewhere, and he lets Bradley Hill know that. So Langdon and Jones can roll down the other side of the ground. Over the top, into the pocket, towards Pickett. Oh, he makes everything just a little more exciting.
You've got it.
Let's get down to Jimmy Bartel. What's happening down there, Jimmy?
Yeah, that's Jack Bartel loosening up. Jimmy Webster's still in the hands of the trainers. They're still checking out his jaw, so Bartel just getting ready.
Thanks, Jimmy. Maybe the medical sub in play. We'll check back in on that in a moment.
Play on.
Jack still did well to get it to Long. Chance now for Zach Jones.
Holding the ball.
Melbourne free kick.
Melbourne. Straight away. Stand. Play on.
Pretty good tackle from behind from Oliver. Releasing handball. Now a chance again. Dees load up with a long ball. Jackson gave a great contest, front and centre, bouncing around. Caulfield was good. Hunter Clark's handball, though, partially smothered. Saints have got to work really hard here. Wilkie, Spargo did really well. The Dees piling on some pressure inside forward 50.
The difference on the scoreboard with the next goal is enormous. 9 points or 21. Saints under enormous pressure.
Yours.
Hunter Clark, hit and hope. From the side, Lever, Membry. Little handball, Gresham, sidestep okay. Look away handball, all about the bounce now. Billings did well. Now Loney, little left, over the top. Going back was May.
Go, Mark. Move it on, play on.
Little half kick towards half forward. McDonald, Dougal Howard, didn't impede. Now the Saints a chance. Hill with dash. Support in the middle. Zach Jones, low ball, over the top. Well, it was almost a chance for Higgins to get going. Tomlinson read it best, took it cleanly.
So the Dees reload again. They had opportunity there, the Saints. They'd love to have again Langdon. Can they punish him here on the rebound? Melbourne. Langdon's handball a little too high. Brett Ratton searching for some answers at the moment, Lingy.
Just composure with ball in hand. Zach Jones there could have ran and shared it with 2 or 3 other teammates. They could have ran it to 30 and just had a nice easy shot at goal. Instead chose to kick, put it straight to the Demons. It's just hurting them at the moment, the skill errors, the Saints.
Oliver, clean possession. Tried to take on battle. Petrarca always backs his strength in. Sinclair.
Holding, St.Kilda, advantage.
Advantage has been paid. Gresham releases it out wide. Jack still back to Gresham. Get it past centre wing. That kick, really awkward one for everyone, including May. Max King just bided his time, kept his feet. Then he was well tackled. Spills out to Butler. Had a quiet night. High ball towards the goal line from behind. An opportunity for Jack Higgins. And they're working hard.
Luke, Max. Who? Sean. Sean and Luke.
Under 5 to play before three-quarter time. Jackson, little give. Jaden Hunt loves to run. Kick not so good. Too hot in the end for Jones. Caulfield, time to pick, think, give. Didn't do it too well. Jackson, though, dropped the ball. Steele, another one. Jack Steele's got 2 in a row. The Saints get back to within 9. First time Jack Steele's got 3 in a game, and the last 2 have been desperately needed. So the Dees give up their comfortable lead and suddenly thinks things are a little nervy.
Well, get them any way you can at the moment. The Saints, they're riding their luck. The kick inside wasn't a good one. Straight to Jackson, but he spilt it. And the skipper said, thank you very much. Kicked 2 very important goals. Sometimes when the opposition's got the momentum, you've just got to scrounge a goal any way you can.
Hunter jumped high. Max Gawn stayed on the ground. Here's Gresham. Can the little man do something special? He's almost had a fresh area there. Jade Gresham on the non-preferred. Been a tough night for the St Kilda small forwards. Loney trying to get involved now. Seb Ross, clever kick, and he found Zach Jones. This has come from nowhere for the Saints. Bradley Hill wanted it. Got it, kicked the ball well now. Bradley's just had one of those nights. He keeps demanding the ball. He's a beautiful kick, and he just can't buy one at the moment.
He either didn't time that as he would have liked, or hit it badly, but just didn't look like a penetrating long ball heading for home. Meanwhile, the Saints have got another opportunity through Hunter Clark. The Demons flood back. Clark onto his left, floats it towards full forward. Again, the Demons unsure by hand. Gawn, May, Oliver, Jordan, Salem out of trouble. For how long? Dougal Howard strong in the air, not paid the mark. Saints fans screaming for it to be paid. Dougal Howard goes back, wins the ball at ground level. Up the chimney it goes. Long wait for Hunter Clark. Underneath all of that is the man playing his second game in Tom Highmore. Jordan, in his second game, picks himself up for the Demons. Gawn, Hunter. Ross goes past it. Steele gets hold of it. So too Nathan Jones got hold of Jack Steele. Demons running into trouble. Jordan. Jones letting him go nowhere.
Jimmy Webster's been ruled out for the rest of the game. Jack Bartell about to be subbed in.
Thank you, Jimmy Bartell, for that. Zach Jones it was. Nice aggressive moment. He's fighting hard for it. Hunter, the young ruckman, off the ground. It's going to come back the other way. Rivers outside the boot. Landed in the lap of Spargo. Petrarca streaming forward. You've got Luke Jackson down there, but Spargo's just going to hold it up for a moment. Donald dropped what was really a sitter in the end. Max King punched away from that man. Nice take, Seb Ross. Clever handball to Sinclair. One-on-one chance. Good effort, Membry. Too strong. Too good on that occasion for Lever. McKernan wants it short. Membry wants it long. Dan Butler's been quiet. Can he get it to ground? Big Mac's too good. Too tall, too strong.
Tired players.
Leave it on. Play on. Play on.
9-point leaders, the Demons.
Yours.
Off hands again. Still the Saints push forward.
Stand. Play on.
Hunter Clark called to play on. Short one to Hill. Just 15. Low ball. It's good. Off the chest of Membry, though. Jones runs into trouble. Gets rid of Butler. Punches the ball back through the middle. Full stretch Jackson. Didn't work out. Went Petrarca's way. Little ball over the top. It was good to McDonald. He gets stopped in his tracks. One-on-one down the ground. Lead is on. Fritsch gets away from Dougal-Howard. And now Fritsch gets one of the last shots of the third term.
Highlights the importance of being able to nail your tackles inside the forward 50. Dan Butler had Nathan Jones stopped cold.
Bailey, that's
Nathan Jones used every single bit of his 296 games and many pre-seasons, almost bench press him. But Butler just had to hold on to that tackle.
1-4 from set shots this year. 2-4. Demons were desperate for it and they've got it. Just looking at the drop marks this quarter by the Demons. 4. They're not marks in packs, they're just individuals dropping the ball by themselves. It's just a 4 in a match a lot. 4 in about 10 minutes.
Had it spent at times, didn't they? Think about maybe the next move.
Yeah.
That was the one there, Lingy, that you pointed out, wasn't it? Nate Jones, Dan Butler just needed to hold on.
That ball gets locked in. The Saints forward 50, maybe they scrounge another goal just before three-quarter time. Instead, straight down the other end of the ground, and hasn't done it perfectly tonight, that aspect of the game, but he nailed that one, Fritsch.
Holding Melbourne. St. Oliver.
Just 10 seconds to go and a chance for a late score here. Oliver's going to send it long. Can they get a mark? Jackson's capable. Good effort, Dougal-Howard. Very important player. That man stands up regularly and defends with everything he's got. So that is the three-quarter time siren. The Dees have edged out to a 15-point lead. Plenty to come. Stick around for the final quarter. It's the Danny Frawley Time to Talk game, and his Saints trail by 15 points at three-quarter time.
And then the Demons led by 21. Jack still got it back to 9. 15 points now. It's Spud's game. Time to talk the Frawley end and the Lockett end. Tony Lockett here. He hasn't been to a Saints game in Melbourne since 2000. But when the Frawley family call and say we need to get everyone thinking about talking, Tony Lockett gets in a car. Movember.com/Spud. Opportunity for you to donate. Funds raised going to build the Danny Frawley Centre for Health and Wellbeing and Movember's Ahead of the Game campaign.
He'd love his Saints to find a way here in this last quarter. They've got a big challenge. Petrarca almost shin that forward. Gone to Oliver. Off the side of the boot. Going to take some courage here. No worries about that with the modern players. Brayshaw was very brave. Got back and won the possession. Just a little while. McDonald did a great job. Thought it was over his head and put the fingers up, dragged it down.
Yeah, good grab by Tom McDonald. Nice by Angus Brayshaw out here with this courage. And then something that Christian Petrarca's just added to his game, that clean pickup below his knees. I reckon 3 years ago, would just fumble the odd one of those. Last year and already starting this year, just taking them so clean and sets up his vision once he takes it.
A couple of goals in round one, Tom McDonald. Big kick coming up. That is a nice goal, Tom McDonald. Looks to be moving better, Tom McDonald. I said earlier he kicked over 50 goals in 2018. He's started as a defender. He thought that was him for life and struggled at times last year, but it's a big moment for him.
There's that courage by Brayshaw. Good pick up. Stayed in the game and nice little hit up and a good mark. And you're right, Tom McDonald plays such an important role. The workhorse forward, just got to keep presenting up, making a contest, trying to combine with young Luke Jackson and almost buying time for him to catch up and develop. McDonald's got to be the leader up there.
McDonald did a lot of work on his footwork in the off-season with a personal trainer, and He gets one for the night. Demons 7 of the last 9. Saints got a real problem. 21-point leaders, Brayshaw and Gresham. Both desperate to get their hands on the footy.
Max, Paul. Thank you.
Oliver and Petrarca, the ones causing the real trouble around the clearances. 13 between them. With Gawn tapping it down. There he is.
31st disposal right there for Clayton Oliver. Fritsch might get a hand on it here. No, long went underneath. Pickett steals the footy, smashes it over the shoulder. It's a long ball. That is an absolute gem from Pickett. He's a star. He's so exciting to watch. He moves at a different pace.
He's got the tricks, hasn't he?
Oh.
Knows where the footy is. Knows what to do when he arrives.
That's 8 of the last 10 for Melbourne. Those 2 goals from Steele that sort of arrived against the flow seem a long time ago.
Staying involved, round the ball, just needs half a chance. Great snap. That's hard to do, get that much distance on a snap across the body. We know people like Dusty Martin make it look easy, but it's really difficult.
It's not for Cozzy. He spent a good 30 seconds looking at the replay on the big screen and just gave himself a nice nod afterwards. I love him. He's so exciting to watch. Petrarca waited for Sinclair and then went back after. Here it is again, Pickett. Slick little handball. Big Max tumbles one deep. McDonald. Dougal Howard wants the boundary line. Spargo, the miracle attempt. Oh, you can't do that. Charlie, you can't do it. The ball shouldn't move that way.
I believe it's a goal. I'd just like to check to see if it hit the post. Sure.
Twice call. Is it goal? Please check.
We'll listen in on this. I think this
review underway.
Nicked it. Just took a little deviation. I think no one could believe that footy went through.
Did the umpire say, I can't believe it was a goal, but I think it's a goal? It's taken a deviation, hasn't it?
I couldn't tell from my end.
Might be able to get the sound.
Team in the arc are having a good look at this one. Charlie was a bit nonplussed about it all.
The edge is showing Nick Shorley. There it is.
Looking at these angles, we can see the ball deflect as it passes the goalpost and a clear spike on edge. Decision on scoreboard.
That's the arc doing its thing there.
That's what it's there for, to get those ones right.
Yep.
That's fine. I know we don't always love a pause in the game, but that gets paid a goal and we see that it has hit the post.
No, we can get it right, get it right.
Get it right,
yeah.
Absolutely.
Even if it does cost you goal of the night. Howard through the middle. Jetta, nice little spin. Sparrow, Brayshaw. Jones almost got there in time. Neal-Bullen swings a handball to Brayshaw. Takes a little off the kick, puts it to a dangerous spot. St Kilda, they've got their man there in the hole, Dougal Howard.
Tom, stand. Wow.
Now Hill.
You, kick.
This kick better. Membry, Sinclair. Wants to keep it rolling. They've got to find a way. 28 points down, need the next. Here's a man that's come on, Bytel. Battle.
Wow.
Big kick.
You, mate.
Just hooks it into that Max Gawn direction. And, well, in the end, Max, all on his lonesome, did it without anyone troubling him.
Battle was...
Wrap footy for Max, that.
It wasn't, but Battle desperately wanted a forward to lead out on his right foot angle there. And instead, the forward led back into the corridor to make it a near impossible kick across his body, and Max Gawn's sitting there. Sometimes you've got to make it easier for the kicker. Lead into the area where he can make the easier kick.
Succession of handballs, ends up with Neal-Bullen. He saw the big ruckman, thought he'd take him on, and that was beautifully weighted kick for Petrarca. Nath Jones thought about demanding it, but these are in good hands.
A little bit too easy when you see that space, just how open it is. Coming down, Petrarca, nice little move. Just knew he had Dougal Howard out of position, and once you got the defender not watching the ball, the forward can make the move.
He's got that frame to be a Dustin Martin type forward when he plays in this part of the ground. He opens up the face slightly. And in doing so, he really overcooked the kick. But a couple of goals last week. If he can add those 2 and 3 goal games to what he's doing, he becomes out and out star of the competition, Petrarca, if he's not already.
So from the big St Kilda lead, a 45-point swing. Demons now by 29. Hill finds Petrarca. Hasn't been a strong suit tonight for Bradley Hill. Petrarca hoping there's a big target again. Dougal Howard on the last line. Sinclair. No real attacking options.
Intercept marks 25-14 Melbourne's way, and unfortunately, I can't believe I'm saying this, Bradley Hill's probably been responsible for a lot of those, his kicks. He's normally such a good kicker of the ball, and having one of those nights.
You feel like if you're Bradley Hill and, you know, when your steering wheel gets out of whack in your car and you've got to take it into the mechanic to
get the wheel alignment.
he needs a realignment, Bradley Hill. He's a beautiful kick and he just can't find a target at all tonight. Now the Saints through long. Can they get one here? Battle's got an open goal square. He just sort of lumbered forward, but nicked the post. Can't buy a goal, the Saints.
Max, Jake, clear right out, guys. Thank you.
Saints kicked 5 goals in a row. Got out to that 16-point lead, and 8 of the last 10 to Melbourne. Butler brilliantly ended up with Hunter Clark. He had a problem though immediately. Salem stripped him of the football and got on his bike. Neal-Bullen back to Salem. Low ball, got the leading McDonald. Inside he goes. Couple of demons to choose. Jones ignored. Sparrow happy to slow things down. Then looks around and realises no one really to trouble him. Floats the ball towards Petrarca. Not a beautiful ball in the air. Floated a little. Petrarca is a long kick of the football. Doesn't hit it as he would have liked. It's going to fall short. Jackson, not quite.
You were both engaged. Both engaged. Clear. Stand now, Bailey.
Have to take some risks here. Can Bradley Hill get involved in this? Link up to Seb Ross. Runs his full measure. And not a great kick for the forwards, that one. It was tailor-made for the defender, Jake Lever. I know that's a real strength of his. Intercept mark. Jack Steele looks back and
play on me.
Bit of a shake of the head.
That kick inside forward 52. You never ask of your player that it needs to be perfect. Great if it's lace out, but it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be to the forward's advantage. Give him a chance to make it move. Whereas those kicks going in are just going to the defender's advantage.
Great contest Luke Jackson provided there. McDonald just a little too easy. He got through that tackle of Bradley Hill. Petrarca, clever kick over the top. There's a free one on offer. Bailey Fritz hesitated. And then it came off the side of the boot. It's in good hands now with Pickett. Got it back to Jordan. James Jordan looking for his second AFL goal. Didn't quite find it.
Stay off the lead if you like.
Melbourne might go on and do enough tonight and win the game, but I'd just love Simon. Oh, just got over with the kick out. But I'd love Simon Goodwin to highlight during the week in the meeting the number of times young players have had shots at goal, maybe a little rushed, and the teammates have just thrown their hands in there and had a crack at them. Got to cut that stuff out.
Wilkie to Membry. And the Saints get something here through McKernan. Drifted to the right spot, strong hands. Now he might just think around.
2 more, footy.
the corner is the option.
James Jordan playing in his second game, and I saw 3 or 4 players all having a crack at him because he didn't give the ball off to them then. I don't love that.
5 disposals for the night for Sean McKernan. Looking for his first score. That's great. That's really good. Saints needed it. 4-goal game. Time, no issue. But right now, style of play for the Saints is. They've really slowed their scoring since that run of 5, halfway through the second. That's just the 3rd goal since.
Same before, just with the kicks inside forward 50, just got to be able to get it to the forwards' advantage. Let them make their moves. Tim Membry knows where he likes it kicked. And he does that to Sean McKernan nicely there. Nice finish.
Quiet night for Sean McKernan. Just 3 years of age, Sean McKernan, when his big brother Corey debuted for North Melbourne. Had a fantastic career. Here's Gresham. Saints, can they find something? Gresham, good chance from here. This is what they pay him to do. Kick goals, a small forward, back-to-back goals, the Saints. Plenty of time. And all of a sudden, we're just back to 18 points. Gresham, has he ignited something on this special night for the St Kilda Football Club?
Well, 2 goals in 18 seconds helps. The 2 lone still goals in the 3rd term followed a big dry spell, and there's been a dry spell until now. They are back in the hunt. 3 goals only in arrears. Still 12 minutes on the clock. Brayshaw. Not great delivery from Viney. Touch play on the call. McDonald probably didn't hear it. Long grabs hold of his head and gives away a really sloppy free kick.
Baffling decision by Long to come in there. They had him already trapped. Tom McDonald didn't know it had been touched. Tried to rip his head off.
Imagine the coach's box right now. Worked your way back to a 3-goal game. Off the side of the boot, draws back a little. So right now, fascinating scenario. We've got an 18-point game and change. Saints have got the last 2. There's no shortage of belief in the Saints outfit, but can they find their best game in the last 10 minutes?
Here's Highmore, the second gamer. It's a smart move. He ran the full journey, and then I like the fact that he's done that, taking it up through the middle of the ground. Jack Higgins, tough night for the small forwards. Battle, the handball missed him. It was a really bad skill error from Sinclair, and now Nath Jones, normally a good decision maker. Wilkie goes back with the flight, and they get another chance here. St Kilda to reload.
Wilkie, Caulfield.
Stand, play on, you.
Strong hands in the end from Billings.
Stand, James.
Stand.
Just steps inside. King, Hunter. Ball spills away from May. Low ball. Bytel ricocheted back to Stephen May, and then off the side of the boot. Hurd touch play on. Long somehow gets himself out of trouble. Feeds the ball through to Ross. Hunter Clark took a step too many. Lost the ball. Spargo. Now the Dees through Jordan. Brayshaw over the top. Jaden Hunt stood tall. Long thumping football.
Holding, Melbourne. Tom McDonald. Tom McDonald. Holding. his jumper.
You heard the argument. Nick Caulfield said, was it me? He said you held his jumper. Then he argued he hadn't. And then we saw the replay and it showed that he did.
You can argue all you like there. That's clear as day for the umpire. They see that. It's a free.
Three-4 from set shots this year. Umpire shuffles, but not too far.
Just a couple of really easy cues for umpires. When they see a jumper pulled like that, or the arms wrap around, they'll just pay it every single time.
Well, you think about Ben Long on Tom McDonald's head and then Nick Caulfield on the jumper. They're small things, but when the game is on a knife's edge,
you can say it's not much, and did it really do that much? But it's going to be paid every single time. The umpires see that jumper get stretched out by an opponent holding onto it, they'll pay it. It's just a silly one to give away.
And he's pumped Tom McDonald. 2 last quarter goals, steadying moments. Really what you want your big forwards to do. Over the head of Salem. Butler and Jack Loney and Jack Higgins, just been tough for them to get into the game tonight. They're a dangerous group, that three, Lingy, but haven't been able to find opportunities.
Butler, Loney, Jones haven't found the footy this quarter at all.
Gresham.
Hey.
To go out to Higgins, gave it back to Gresham. Little sandwich. Finds Seb Ross.
Yours.
Loads up the big left foot bomb to the goal square. Slapped back in by McKernan. Membry, good play. Higgins capable from there. He kicked the goal of the year once, and that was exactly what he needed to do, and he did it. Well done, Jack Higgins. It's the old saying in footy, Lingy, it mightn't be your night, but it can be your moment. That young man is full of life, full of courage. He needed a goal, and he found it.
I love this awareness from McKernan to keep the ball alive and in play. Knows how desperate the Saints are. Times against them to keep it in, and fantastic kick by Higgins. Sort of quiet night. Maybe he can spark them for a big comeback.
Rotations remaining. 8 for the Saints, 6 for the Dees. Some goals to be found, though. If you're a Saints fan, where do they come from? Ross.
Yeah, this was another silly free kick. It was Seb Ross's ball all the way.
Time back on.
And Paul Hunter just grabbed Jack Viney. That's 3 really sloppy free kicks that are going to hurt the Saints.
Stand! Play on.
There's the potential for the Saints to get right back in this, but you can't just keep giving the ball back to Melbourne.
You're exactly right, Home.
Stand! Move it on! Play on.
Jackson. Out-muscled and worked by Wilkie. Long with speed to Caulfield. Fritsch closes him down. Little one to Howard. He's got a chasing McDonald. Spargo on the outer side. Ugly sort of a ball through the middle. 3 Saints, not clean hands from Steele. Brilliant to get it to Petrarca. Petrarca lowers the eyes, finds his man. Jackson can make it a very big mountain to climb.
Great take. Under pressure, Sparrow. Nice little hit up, but that's what happens, Hame, when you do keep giving the ball back to them. You're playing off the back foot. You're trying to exit from deep inside your back 50. Mistakes happen. Sets up the Jackson shot at goal.
No score tonight yet for Luke Jackson, but if it's a major, they have a lot of fans watching around the country that support his club, but it is offline and still a tough ask, but doable.
The Dees 4-8 from set shots. Luke Jackson read it like a book. Pickett, his sense he'll find a way. That one didn't connect with the way he wanted to, and Dougal Howard maybe a little lucky there, Lee.
Paid us out on the full, but for a moment his heart would have been in his mouth.
He knows that's the only way. Straight up the middle of the ground. Lever with a powerful fist on it. Over the head of Ross. He had to get back and work hard. Nate Jones, the pirouetting, spinning move to Oliver. Tried to kick that while he was going backwards, which is not easy to do. Butler, Gresham. Here come the Saints.
Through the middle they roll. Butler got it back from Gresham. Towards the leading big man in battle. Colliding with battle was Higgins, and the Demons again have the answers this time. Lever to Salem to Jaden Hunt. Little ball's okay. Not 15. Tomlinson, though, had time. Ed Langdon threads it down the line. Now a chance for Sparrow to find a target. Hugs the line. Fritsch and Dougal. Howard go up together. Time becoming a real problem. 20 points the margin, under 6 minutes to play. Hunter. Gone. Front spot. Easy enough. Down to Oliver. Steele. Tunnel balls it. Off the ground in the end. Hunter. Gains 40 or 50 metres. Membry. Charged at it. Couldn't take it cleanly.
Stand.
And now Jordan. In his second game puts it in front of Salem. Membry desperate. Did enough. Now the foot race is on. Salem. Got a couple of Saints to beat. Membry did so well. Clark could have gone by hand, decided to go around the corner by foot. Higgins, Billings, still a chance of Saints. Jones takes a bounce. Jones runs to within 15. Well, it would have been a team lifter. Ends in disappointment.
Deserved the goal for Tim Membry's effort. Work rate was huge. Now you can see the Dees very happy to get a bit of a holding pattern going here. Lever wants it. It's going to maintain possession.
It's fine if St Kilda aren't going to come up and cut these off. You can just take a minute off the clock with a 19-point lead. Why not?
Play on, not 15. Play on.
You know the sides have got many ways they can play. They can change tempo pretty regularly. Yep. Now Maxi Gorm decides he's happy to go with the long bomb. Dougal Howard. He's probably been their best player for mine for the Saints. Then Bradley Hill, just lucky that wasn't coming straight back from where he kicked it. Maxi King. Saints have got to get it moving forward with some urgency. Seb Ross, a little short ball to Loney.
Billings, slow little build-up.
Stand.
This passage simply must end in a goal. King. Now it's his moment.
He's kicked a couple already. You mentioned Dougal Howard. He's never had 20 disposals in a game before. He's up to 28. Probably don't necessarily want your key defender being your leading possession winner on the ground, but he has held them up, Dougal Howard, and done his job.
Well, the moment in the end was too big for him. May stabs at it. Finds Jordan.
James Jordan. Just played the 7 TAC Cup games when he was drafted. Somewhat of a surprise pick, but the Demons saw quality in that young man, and he's at home. Had 19 touches in his second game.
Speaking to Simon Goodwin during the week, says he's a great character, great to have around the club, continues to learn week by week, and game 2 continuing to impress.
Here's Gresham. He's fought hard. May's become a very hard player to play on back there in defence for the Dees. Here's the medical sub. Bytel came on for the injured Jimmy Webster. There is Simon Goodwin. This will be a big relief for Goody. Big season for him and the Dees, and a couple of early wins. Just what he would have loved.
Just feel like a number of his players gone, and Oliver and Petrarca and these sorts of players just got to make a decision this year to no longer accept just being mediocre and having one good season and then dropping off for a couple. This is the year that they grit their teeth and say, we're going to have a big year, become one of the top teams. Getting a 2-0 start goes a long way to help that.
Gresham to the outside and then inside. Full stretch, but not quite for May. Wrapped up and going nowhere. Lever.
He spoiled the ball. Max.
Gone to a bit of space. Billings was there and then just pushed out of the way. Petrarca, Jaden Hunt, touch play on. You heard the call, went nowhere really long. Sort of a ball. Here's James Jordan, who we were speaking about moments ago.
Max Gawn currently with 14 hit-outs to advantage. That's probably why Oliver and Petrarca between them have had 31 contested possessions and 16 clearances. They're enjoying that.
Neal-Bullen goes through the middle of the ground. Jackson outplayed by Caulfield. Low ball off the side of the boot. Heads towards the boundary line. Keeping it in and doing well is the beautiful moving Gresham. Back to Caulfield. Now to McKernan. Soft little kick over the top. Falls between a few players. Billings wanted Hunter Clark. Viney to Neal-Bullen. Oliver got Petrarca. Make it Brayshaw. Now to Oliver. Rivers. And then to the pack. Out the back again, Dougal Howard. Low ball by Tell. Gresham. Howard again, long. Slapped it back, Wilkie. And now a chance for Ross. Just gets a length or two on Jones. Over the top, Membry. So inside the last minute.
Thanks, Adam.
They've left their run too late.
Tim, come around 2 metres.
Membry 1-2 for the night. Can finish with a couple. Make it 13. It was almost symbolic of the Saints' night. An opportunity lost.
Tough night for that man on screen, Brett Ratton. Had a huge win in round 1. Knocked off the Giants. Their home stadium in wet conditions with an undermanned side. They've got some really good players to come back into this team. I think of Ryder and Frawley and Hanbury and Geary and Brad Crouch. Rowan Marshall's one of their finest.
Stand.
So too the Dees. Melksham and Hibbert we think might be back next week. Ben Brown, Sam Wiedemann as well. It's a lot of quality players to come back in. Bytel, the medical staff, and there's the siren. No fairy tale tonight for the Saints in Danny Frawley's game, but the Demons start 2021 with back-to-back wins.
It's the emblem for me and for you. It's the emblem of the team we love, the team of the red and the blue. Every heart beats true for the red and the blue, and we sing this song to you. Should all acquaintance be forgot, keep your eye on the red and the blue.
That's Jimmy Bartell at ground level. He's got with him a pretty happy Max Gawn.
Very happy Max Gawn, yeah, on your toes, bouncing about. Great result. You rode out a couple of tough moments there from the Saints.
Yeah, Saints are a top 6 team. Won a final last year. Exactly what we wanted to do. Play well against Freo at the G and then back it up against Saints. It's really important. Freo meant nothing if we didn't back up tonight. So Maisie's 150th. Such a great cause to the Spud game. Angus Brayshaw has really cut him deep with his girlfriend Danielle. And it was really glad that we were able to get a big crowd and be able to raise money for a good cause.
Yeah, you mentioned that. There was a lot of emotion in the stadium tonight, especially down the rooms. How did you guys control that? Because you got off to a great start.
Yeah, Gary almost had me in tears at the start. It was a really good message. Just makes you think about all your mates and all your loved ones and making sure you're reaching out. Not sure how many people are going to pick up the phone on the way home tonight when I'm calling them at midnight, but I hope someone does and we're able to have a chat. But it was really important to get a good start. Freo got a good start against us last time, so it's something we focused on.
Bit of the role you're playing tonight, dropping back behind the ball. Is that because the young ruckman Luke Jackson can do the forward half stuff?
Yeah, I'm trying to limit him ruck time because he's going to take me position pretty soon, but he's a really good player, Luke Jackson, and we saw glimpses of it tonight. There's times that he can take forward half stoppages. There's times where I'll ruck the whole ground. I sat forward in the second quarter there for a bit. It's just a luxury to have someone like him.
Your combination with Clayton Ola has been fantastic, and Christian Petrarca. Tonight, it was just superb. Yeah, and Jack Viney to start with. I thought his first 3-4 contests were super. Happy to have the big fella back. Jimmy Jordan, Tom Sparrow, Nathan Jones is in there. It's not just a one-man, two-man show. It's a 6-7 team. And after half-time, fair bit of excitement come in there with Cosy Pickett. He's a good player, isn't he? Yeah, he kicked a couple of good goals, I think. Should have kicked more. Sat on my head last week, almost sat on someone's head this week. He's a really exciting talent. Well done, Max, and enjoy the win. Thanks, Jim. Good man.
Always great to hear from Max Gawn. He's been an All-Australian in 4 of the last 5 seasons, and the hit-out count tonight, normally don't pay that much attention to that, but it was 52-17 Melbourne's way. Max Gawn had 14 hit-outs to advantage. He was at his all-time best tonight, the Melbourne Footy Club. There's Angus Brayshaw. I'm sure there'll be some emotion swirling around him. He just heard very close to the Frawley family and his girlfriend Danielle. The great Tony Lockett watching on. Let's get back down to Jimmy. Jake Lever, your back line, it's just a well-oiled machine now. Considering yourself and Stephen May haven't played a lot of footy together in the last couple of years.
Yeah, it's been good. I think that over the summer we were able to get a lot of consistency in our training. And yeah, I don't really think it was mine and Stephen's turn today. I thought Adam Tomlinson was absolutely fantastic. And last week it was mine and Stephen's turn, but I think that's just the beauty of the backline group that we've got at the minute. We're really well oiled, as you said, and we take a lot of pride in our performance. And to hold St Kilda to 73 points, I think that's a pretty good effort. Fair bit of maturity last couple of weeks. The opposition's had 5-minute runs at you, but you've been able to steady the ship. Yeah, I think they kicked 5 goals in that second quarter, and probably the old Melbourne would have just went away from the way that we play, but we're able to stick to it. And yeah, considering how well we played in that second half of the second quarter, we're really pleased. Thanks, Jake, and enjoy the win. Thank you very much.
So the first ever Spuds game going the way of Melbourne at Marvel Stadium, defeating St Kilda by 18 points this evening. Welcome to Saturday's